We will pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. But today we have to continue Cāgānussati. So we have to explain prerequisites of Cāga. That means we must have qualifying Dāna. So sometimes we have to make our Dāna stronger, or maybe more effective. Then sometimes we also have different conditions that makes feel sorry, although we do Dāna, right? Okay, here we should say some factors of Dāna. There must be receiver, there must be donor, there must be donation. The most important one is mind, generosity. When we have these four, we can do Dāna. Sometimes we have good receiver, but we don't have donation. Sometimes we have donations and a receiver, but in our mind, we are not that generous. So that is why it must be like a quick opportunity to see good receiver. Also, we also have donations. We also have the mind or generous mind. If we know the value of Cāga, we will not eat without offering. So in the case of the Buddha or Bodhisattva, if there is a receiver, then he will offer. This is the nature of Bodhisattva. So you may have know many stories about Dāna, right? Okay, luckily, I think this is called Dutta Company in Sri Lanka. I think and his Dutta Company, right? Dutta Company, Buddha Company, I'm not sure. Without offering, he didn't eat. This is his habit. One day, he eat a chili without offering. He offered big pagoda, big jetiya in Anuradha. Mariji Vatana jetiya. We still have this jetiya in Sri Lanka. So then without offering, he didn't eat anything. This kind of mindset, this kind of practice. Of course, if we have this kind of habit, it becomes very strong and very sharp in Dāna. So when we are going to do Cāgānussati, recollection of generosity, then we can also do charity. For example, you may do Dāna today. If you can be happy, you can also record that one. If you have done yesterday also, you can recall. Of course, we must pay attention to the act of giving, also the mind states at the time. That means in the actual time of Dāna. That means if you have fresh, right? If you just offer today, it's really fresh. You can recall everything easily. Then also, of course, you can also recall any Dāna that can make you happy in the past. So we can do recollection of generosity if we have this kind of Dāna, then we qualifying Dāna. Okay, now here we should talk about the 6 quality of Dāna. The first one, Vikata Mala Machira. Actually, in the original sutta, it will mention Lava Vatame, Suladam Vatame, Yohan Vigata Malamachirina Viharami. Then sometimes we also have another Pali word, Vigata Malavachirina Agaran Ajawasati. Here, Vigata Malamachirina means free from stinginess or possessiveness. When we are stingy, we will not offer anything. If we are free from stinginess or possessiveness, we may offer. So sometimes we also offer expecting something, right? But here we have another quality. Muda Cāga, freely relinquishing. Muda Cāga means you can offer everything freely without any expectation, without anything in return. Sometimes expecting something, we also do Dāna, right? In this kind of case, we cannot say Dāna, this is an investment. Right? For example, I don't know how long do you make aspiration after offering. Right? There are many people, they offer only a mango, an apple, an orange. They make aspiration 1 hour. Right? Maybe they born in this kind of race, this kind of clan, this kind of class. Maybe wealthy like Jodika, Jadila, Mandaka. Maybe wise like Venerable Sariputta. Maybe intelligent like Venerable Ananda. Maybe very powerful like Venerable Mahamoggallana. Maybe very worthy, right? Maybe very healthy like Venerable Bhagula, right? Making very long aspiration. Offering a mango, an apple, an orange. Expecting many right, good conditions, or maybe good supporting conditions in our life. So when we have this kind of thing, this is not really called Muda Cāga. We expect many things. So sometimes people also ask me, what is the benefit of offering rope? Right? Most I rarely answer this kind of question. Because it make people greedy. You know? They do offering foods. You have already known the benefit of offering food, right? Ayuvana Sukha Bala. Ayu longevity. Vana beauty. Sukha happiness. Bala means strength. Paṭibāṇi wisdom, paññā. So by offering food, you can get this 5 benefits. If we say that kind of things, they just offer foods to achieve these 5 qualities. Their minds are not free. So we just do donation, we just do offer to cut attachment to properties. But offering, our greed becomes stronger. right? So we may offer only one meal. We may have long-time benefits like Ayuvana Sukha in many lives, expecting this kind of benefits that we offer. This is not Muda Cāga. So similarly, when people offer Attaparikara, right? Although they offer like a robe also, offering clothes. Then they also wish to be Arahat, Ehi Bhikkhu Arahat. That's why they offer a robe to Bhikkhu. We have many robes, we're going to wear all. Many extra already. Keep offering many. So that means sometimes we don't think about what a receiver needs. We just think about our own welfare when we are going to offer. This is not Muda Cāga. That is investment. So the first one, Maccariya, stinginess, or possessiveness. Then second one, Muda Cāga. Then if we are greedy, we cannot have Muda Cāga. Then we have another one, Payatapaṇi, washed hand or clean hands. So that means, in the explanation, they are mentioned, when we are going to offer, before offering, we wash our hands. Huh? So many receivers come, we wash all the time, our hand become clean because of offering. We have to wash many times, right? This is also called Payatapaṇi. Then we can also say another way, Payatapaṇi means habitual offering. That means every day you have Dāna. It becomes habit. This is called Payatapaṇi. So sometimes, if we don't have a habit, we will be shy, right? Then, for example, there are some people, if they have never been to the monastery, then if they have to see bhikkhu, they feel a little bit shy and timid. Although they didn't know how to, they don't know how to talk with the bhikkhu, then they will be more scary. Similarly, in the case of Dāna also, if we don't have habit of Dāna, we also a little bit hesitate. Or sometimes we have many good quality, right? So sometimes we have many poor quality in our hand. When we have very poor donations also, we feel a little bit shy. I'm not sure he will accept or not, right? That kind of mind. If it's too good also, oh, this is so good. I mean, this kind of things, I should not offer. Hesitate. If we have habit of Dāna, whether poor or good, we don't consider. As long as receiver needs, we will be ready to offer. This is called Payatapaṇi, habit of Dāna. This is also important for practitioners. Then we have to move the next group. Hausaka delight in relinquishment. So that means when you are offering, you must be happy. You must delight. Sometimes we just offer, not very happy, right? Just neutral mind. Sometimes unwillingly we have to offer also, not very happy. We feel sad also, right? That's why Hausaka told me we must delight in relinquishment. Actually, here are a few conditions. Sometimes when we see right? The receiver using our donation. We may feel happy, right? Sometimes we just offer something people need. They are using our donations. That we may feel happy. This is just an example. There are many conditions of happiness. That is why when we talk about Sayadaw, then make habit of happy dana. Okay, now we should move the next quality. Yacayogo, fit to be asked. Okay, here one more thing. When we say fit to be asked, that means we must offer as we promised or as we invite. So sometimes we just invite bhikkhus to ask any donation he needs just for formality, not really willing to offer. Right? Then when bhikkhu really asks, they were not very happy. Right? How many times have you ever experienced like that? By accident, you have invited one bhikkhu, but whenever you need, please ask me. Then he asks what he needs. The donors are not very happy. This means this is not Yacayogo. Okay, I repeat the same instructions about Yacayogo. This is my teacher advice when I was newly ordained as a bhikkhu. So actually, I have many donors. I have some donors in Yangon. They came to a small town. So they also sponsor all my ordination ceremony. They also invite me with photographs. The my teacher remind me, okay, now the devotee invite you with photographs. Don't ask anything from them. If you need something, ask from me. Saddha is not from the mouth. Saddha is from the heart. Don't believe people's mouths. As bhikkhu, I remember that one. So I rarely ask donation. Of course, there are some donors, they are really, really eager to offer. They also really offer. For that kind of donor, I will ask some donation. Not very expensive one. Right? So the main thing is sometimes invitation, formally invitation, but not really willing to offer. There's no Yacayogo. Okay, there we are some conditions. Right? Some devotee invite bhikkhus with the photographs, but he also asks from that day on that donor disappear also. Right? That kind of also can really happen. Anyway, Yacayoga means as we promise or as we invited, we must offer. This is called Yacayogo, right? So we had already invited, but when the receiver asks for donation, we are not very happy. This is not the way we must do it. Okay, now we have the last quality for Cāgānussati. Dāna samvibhāga rato, delight in sharing. Okay, here we should also say samvibhāga means manage. We can also say manage, right? So if you are happy in managing donations, this is also called Dāna samvibhāga rato. Okay, for example, in every rainy season, we have umbrella donor in Pa-Auk. Right? This is normal. So they are ready before start raining. They already calculated how many bhikkhus, how much they must offer, already arranged. They offer. So that means if we are going to offer for a big community, we have to manage many things. Like, for example, if you're going to get enough umbrella in Molami, you must order from like a Yangon or Mandalay or other big city. There we need transportation, also some workers, many other things, right? So whatever then happen, if we can manage, if we are happy with managing this and then many things, this is also called Dāna Samvibhāga Rato. These are the quality of Dāna. So you may remember the first group, Maccariya, no stinginess, right? Second one, Muda Cāga. Muda Cāga means freely offering without any expectation in return. The third one is Payatapaṇi, clean hand. That means habit to your offering. Okay, now what's Cāga? Delight in relinquishment. That means happy when you are offering. Yacayogo, fit to be asked. That means when really asked, you must be ready. Okay, one more thing here. In the case of Yacayogo, right? Sometimes we ask, but devotee didn't offer. We don't want to ask anymore. So we are also receiver, right? Even Kapiya, if we ask only one time, two times, they forgot. I don't want to address Kapiya anymore, right? That means Yacayogo means we must be ready. That's also one thing, right? Dāna Samvibhāga Rato. That means you must be happy when managing for offering. Okay, when you are going to recollect, how many quality do you have? What kind of quality make you happy? Recall the one. Among the 6, right? As far as I know, Dāna Samvibhāga Rato, she is very joyful, surely. And the last one, right? I like this kind of thing also. Managing this and then for donation, right? I also have to manage many times, many things like that sometimes. Also Cāga, right? Happy in Dāna. This one is very common. Yacayogo, I'm not sure. Right? That means we must have one of these quality. If you have one of these quality, when you are offering, you can recall the one. It can make you happy, peaceful. As I have mentioned yesterday, the procedure, when you can recall it well, there will be Pāmojja. When Pāmojja becomes stronger, it will be Pīti. Pīti becomes stronger, it will be Passaddhi. When Passaddhi becomes stronger, it will be Sukha. When Sukha becomes stronger, it will be Samādhi. This is also asset concentration. So you can do this kind of recollections. So when you do Cāgānussati frequently, you will become more generous. You may have more Muda Cāga also. Actually, there are many other explanations. Like for example, the benefit of Cāgānussati will be very much in detail in Visuddhimagga. Okay, now today it will be 2 topics, right? One thing is about Deva Anussati. Okay, now we should start Deva Anussati. Okay, now we should also say a few things about Deva Anussati. So that means if we are like qualified enough, when we have divine quality, we can do it. For example, it's like a noble person. They have all these divine quality. They can recall it easily. For ordinary people, if we have any of these quality in our life, in our daily life, we can do recollection of divine beings or divine qualities. Okay, now here we should talk about the first one, Saddha, faith. So that means we have to understand the meaning of Saddha. Then it make mind clear, right? We already mentioned before, right? It make mind clear. Okay, here I should say a few more things about Saddha. In Bali we call Achala Saddha. Unshaken faith. Unshaken faith means you know the truth, you believe in it. You cannot change it. This is called Achala Saddha. It doesn't mean you must believe the same things all the time. Right? When you come to know the truth, you must follow it without changing. So for example, sometimes I believe this teacher, and that teacher, and that Sayadaw, this Sayadaw, right? In Thailand, this ajahn, that ajahn, right? Many. So that means we follow many different traditions, one after another. Every tradition we have doubts. We get confused. Now we have a lot of questions, but nobody can answer. But nobody want to answer also. That means when you are actually shaken, you may have a lot of doubts, a lot of questions. Some of the questions are not necessary. Right? So, in the case of Achala Saddha, then you believe strictly. That means if you say, this is samatha practice, you must do it, you believe it, you do it without shaking. This is like a morality. If you follow this morality, then you will be praised by a wise person, good person, right? For example, if you know this is a morality, you may not shake, follow it. Even yesterday, I have already talked about it. When we have Saddha, we have a lot of discount, bargaining a lot, right? Why in 10 precepts? What about 9 precepts, 8 precepts? You may have many discounts, right? This is a not very strong Saddha. So when the Buddha says this is a 10 precept, follow it. You may follow it strictly, without shaking. That's called Achala Saddha. This is samatha practice. You must follow it. You follow strictly without shaking. This is called Achala Saddha. This is vipassana. You must practice. You follow it strictly. This is also called Achala Saddha. Unshakable faith or unshaken faith. So when we have an unshaken faith, of course, when we do dāna also, we may do effectively with strong determination, strong decision. Saddha can make decision stronger. Oh, one more thing here. We have many simile of Saddha. One of the simile mentioned, Saddha is like a hero or like a leader, great leader. When all the people are timid, scared to go here and there, great leader will lead them. Okay, follow me. Similarly, when you have Achala Saddha, you can guide people in the right way. You can also lead people. Okay, Saddha, it is a lead people to go the right path. Of course, it must be proper Saddha, right? If we have improper Saddha, it will be like a stubbornness, arrogance. It's not quite good also. I mean, many devas in every Deva ranks, before they were born in the Deva ranks, they have very strong Saddha. Then that is why they were born in the Deva ranks. This is also important, right? So that means before they were born in Devaram, they were born as a human being. They have very strong saddha. Then when they pass away, they were born in the Devarams. That is why when we have saddha, we have divine quality. We can recall our saddha. How many times have you ever experienced very strong saddha? I will practice this one. I will do this one. I will follow this rule. And when we have this kind of strong saddha, you can recall. This is a divine quality. Now, 2, sila, morality. Morality also, we have many different types of morality. So there are some people, they do morality, they undertake precepts to be praised by people. Sometimes they are business partners for them to undertake precept, right? They have to follow unwillingly. Sometimes they are boss for them to undertake precepts. They have to follow. Then encouraged by somebody, forced by somebody, we have to do unwillingly. That's not qualifying enough. Similarly, we have already talked about Dāna before, right? We may undertake precepts to be reborn in the Devarams, to be reborn in a good race, or good clans, or good family, to be healthy, to be wealthy. We may expect that we may do undertaking precepts. That's also not qualifying enough. I already mentioned before, sila is to show our kindness to our living beings. Sila also called like a head of our body. So we have a head, right? All the important organs are in the head. Brain, right? Very important, right? In the head. Eyes, very important, in the head. Ear, very important, in the head. Nose, tongue. 5 senses. All 5 senses are in the head. If we are immoral, we are beheaded. If we are beheaded, we cannot survive. We cannot live anymore. Immoral persons are like livingly dying person. They have a life, but already dead. Their reputation also dead. Their dignity dead. Their influence also dead. That is why immoral person is like a dead person, livingly dead person. So when we are going to recall sila, that means we must be moral without disturbing anybody, without arrogance, without stubbornness, without attachment, without competition, right? Morality is not for competition. My morality is purer than your morality. When we have this kind of mindset, then what kind of people it will be? This is not recommended by the Buddha. Morality is just for the good of ourselves, for the good of other people, not for competition, not for despising other people. Okay, if we say briefly, under the name of morality, we may have responsibility and duties to be performed. We also have many unallowable things or unsuitable things, or some like a rule and regulation to follow. That means we must avoid doing wrong. In Bali we call warita, prohibited. So prohibited behavior, prohibited speech, if we can avoid it, this is also called morality. If we can perform our duty, this is also morality. When we have this kind of morality, we can be deeper in the Deva realms. So all the Devas in the Deva realms, before they were born in the Deva realms, they have moral they have already followed moral precepts. Then they were born in the Deva realms. Okay, now we have to move. The next one, Sutta, knowledge. Okay, when we talk about knowledge, it must be Dhamma knowledge. So we have many explanations of Sutta. Even in Pali Canon, they have mentioned Sutta Daro, Sutta Sanitayo, Vajasa Brekido, many explanations about Sutta. So learning knowledge means we must learn Tipitaka. This is called Sutta. So when we study this kind of knowledge, but Buddha just guide us to be good person, to be better person. That is why we cannot get toxic knowledge. Of course, if we misuse Buddha teaching, there will be toxic, right? Then from time to time, I also remind many of Myanmar people. Actually, in Myanmar, we have many Dhamma books written by many famous Sayadaws. So when we ask them, do you read Dhamma books? Yes, I read. Which books? They will list out. I have read this Sayadaw, that Sayadaw, this Sayadaw, that Sayadaw. Very long list of Sayadaw. Then I told them, okay, now you have met many Sayadaws, but you haven't met the Buddha. Right? Mostly, people read many books written by many authors. They didn't read original Tipitaka. That means they just meet the authors. They don't meet the Buddha. Tipitaka says the Buddha. Every single one is a Buddha. Right? That means when you read Tipitaka, you must read respectfully. Every single one is a Buddha. Trying to understand what, okay. Then here we also say, learning knowledge means, if we cannot memorize all the Tipitaka, we may try to learn one Nikaya, 2 Nikayas, 3 Nikayas, 4 Nikayas. This is also okay. If we say 5 Nikayas, it's Tipitaka again, right? So sometimes people just go, bhikkhus. This bhikkhu say like that, that bhikkhu say like that. Of course, I also quote sometimes. Like for example, Lady Sayadaw, I also quote Lady Sayadaw sometimes. So sometimes we just know many Sayadaw. We don't know original teaching. We don't know how to compare. We cannot decide which ones are right or wrong. Now modern society is very bad. They add many new ideas, new things, but they don't reach the original text. Also another interpretation. They interpret many different ways. If we go and read original text, more meaningful, right? I also give simile of original text and written by Sayadaws or Ajahns or any others. Then Tipitaka is like a trunk of the tree. It's very strong. All the orders Sayadaws and bhikkhus are like branch, not so strong. Okay, you may have seen papaya tree, right? Papaya tree, go straight. When I was a little boy, I climbed a papaya tree. It will shake a little bit, but it cannot break. This is a trunk, go straight. Right? The Buddha teachings are like this. Go straight, go up straight. Although you know one stanza is valuable enough, you can climb up like a papaya tree. No hardwood, you can climb. So I cannot climb banana tree, too slippery. Right? So papaya tree is okay, not very slippery, I can climb up. So like all other sayadaw are like branches. You can also see the branches. You can visualize in your eyes, right? The branches come from the trunk, but go very far. Gradually, when branch become longer and longer, it will become very far from trunk. Similarly, there are many authors, many writers. They write many new things. Some of them are very far from original text, like a branch, go very far. Okay, one more thing, right? Branches. Okay, I already mentioned even papaya tree, right? If we climb up, go straight, it will shake, but it cannot break. Like a branches, we cannot guarantee, right? If you go to the branches, the farther you go, at the end you can fall down also. Even the branch is not strong enough, it can break. You can fall down. So mostly I just recommend many of devotees, please go and read original text. Please try to learn from original text. Don't follow many scholars or sayadaws or any authors. Even I myself, when I have to write something, I have to think about something. I have to add my own idea also sometimes. Right? Even though I give my own example, climbing papaya tree. So that means if we go and read original text, we may have more devotion, stronger devotion. If you can practice practically as taught by the Buddha, it will be more effective. So that means the knowledge we learn from the Buddha is not waste. Although it's not useful now, it will be useful in the future. That is why Sutta is also one of the quality of devas. When we have learning knowledge, we also have divine qualities. So that means many of devas, right, after learning Buddha teaching seriously, they could remember, then they will be reborn in the Deva ranks. Okay, one more thing here. Sutta means not carrying water with crash pots. Right? You may have seen crushed clay pots, right? Crushed already. If you carry water, it will leak. Right? That means we read many Dhamma books. We forgot everything. That's not the way of Sutta, right? In the case of Sutta, we also learn, we also remember. This is called Sutta. How we must remember? When something happens, we must be able to use that knowledge. It will pop up in our mind. When somebody asks a question, then that knowledge must be useful, pop up in our mind naturally. We can answer easily. When we are that strong in Dhamma knowledge, this is called Sutta. So it doesn't mean only one round reading, right? You must read many rounds. Actually, I also recommend my students, when they are going to deliver Dhamma talks, right? Now here many bhikkhus, right? They will get Dhamma talk in the future. They will be ready for Dhamma talk, right? I recommend, if you want to give Dhamma talk, learn Anguttara Nikaya. In Anguttara Nikaya, many useful material for lay devotees. Of course, there are many information for bhikkhu also. So sometimes we have to deliver Dhamma talk for lay persons. If we have learned Anguttara Nikaya, we have more information. If we can study together with commentary, we can know more in detail. We have a wider range of explanation. Then it will be easier for devotee to understand the Buddha teaching. Even now, this one, right? I'm talking about all the Anussati, right? Ken Mahanama. Dhamma to Ken Mahanama. These are from Anguttara Nikaya. Very useful. Like discourse to Anāthapiṇḍika. Buddha just teach how to live in household life peacefully, harmoniously. So how to be a good householder, the Buddha guides. So actually for ordained person, we should read Anguttara Nikaya thoroughly. Actually, before I came to Pāo, I have already read Anguttara Nikaya. I have already read Majjhima Nikaya also. But I cannot complete Khuddaka Nikaya. So actually, in the case of Anguttara Nikaya, I have many notes. Many notes means the first time when I read, it will be one of the big notebooks, right? Like a diary books maybe, that kind of notebooks. The first round. Whatever new to me, I note down. It's something new. I have never known before. Note down. For the first round, big, right? Second round, I remember I was in Paṭibāṇi, year 2009, 2010, one round, Anguttara Nikaya. Then I also note down, new note, another note. I haven't learned first round. I have known many things, right? Second round, very small notebooks, right? As big as my palm. Small notebooks, enough. Now, after that, I have to give many Dhamma talk in English. I have to note down in English also. Anyway, the main thing is that Sutta doesn't mean just reading or just learning. After learning, we must remember. This is called Sutta. Okay, how much do we need to remember? We must be able to use that knowledge anytime we need. That means we must learn many times in order to use in our daily life, right? We must be able to use that one in our daily life. This is called Sutta. When we have this kind of knowledge, of course, we are very strong enough, right? Then many devas, they have that kind of knowledge. That's why they were born in the Deva realms. Before they were born in Deva realms as a human being, they may have many Dhamma knowledges. Then they were born in the Deva realms. This is also one of the quality of human being, because the divine quality. Okay, now we have to do another one, Cāga, generosity. So I just talk about generosity, right? Cāgānussati. So I don't need to repeat this one here again. The next one, the last one, Paññā, wisdom. So when we say Paññā, then we also have to understand many other things. Many other things means our wisdom must be very sharp and very strong. So when we talk about Bodhisattva archery skill, you may remember a thread or hair, right? The Bodhisattva can shoot to split, not to cut, right? Split. Thread or air, a thread or hair, even very fine thread, right? It can split. This is the archery skill, right? So similarly, our wisdom must be sharp and strong enough, like that kind of archery skill. So there are many simile of wisdom. Then one of them is the light or the brightness. The Buddha also said, Panya Sama Apa Nati. There's no brightness or no light like a wisdom. So that means when we have wisdom, we are not in the dark room. If we don't have wisdom, we are in the darkness. We cannot see the truth. We cannot understand the truth. Or in the case of Panya, there will be many different analyses, many different conditions. But here, in the case of Panya here, it must be Bhavanamaya Panya. Bhavanamaya Panya means practicing wisdom. That means we can gain wisdom by practicing, by meditating. This is called Bhavanamaya Panya. So we have three types of Panya. The first one, Suttamaya. Or mentioned Sutta. Sutta means learning knowledge. By learning, we can be wiser and wiser. This is also called Panya, Suttamaya Panya. Second one, Chintamaya Panya. By thinking, by analyzing, we can also know something new. This is also called one of the Panya. Although we have the same knowledge, it depends on how much we think deeply. There will be different understanding. For example, even we know Paṭibāṇi, very clear, right? Paṭibāṇi, very easy, right? So then if we say briefly not to kill any living beings is Paṭibāṇi. Okay, now I will say grammatically. Pana, Ati, Pata. Three Pali words. Pana, life or living beings. Ati, very quickly, very fast. Pata, fall. That means someone fall down very quickly. That means naturally they can live very long because of our actions. His lifespan becomes shorter. He died very quickly because of our action. This is called Paṭibāṇi. This is a grammatical analyzing, right? Through learning. Of course, by thinking also, there will be many other ways. It can be also, sometimes we want to break precept, we also get many excuses, right? There's also, we can say wicked, no wisdom. Crooked idea, wicked-minded. This is not wisdom. Wisdom must be useful for everybody. This is called wisdom. So Chintamaya can be both good and bad. Suttamaya also can be both good and bad. For Bhavanamaya, if we don't have good minds, we cannot achieve anything. I have already explained Venerable Devadatta, right? He was practicing very well in the very beginning. Everything's okay, smooth. His mind started changing. He wanted to be famous, popular. He wanted to get many followers. Then when he started changing his mind, he lost everything. Then when we have good mind, we can improve our meditation. When we have bad mind, it will be declination of concentration. So Bhavana Maya Panya is not that simple and easy. We need good mindset, good attitude, that we can improve. So many of Devas, they have Bhavana Maya Panya. Okay, practically, you have already know Anāthapiṇḍika. He was Sotapanna. He passed away. He was born in Devarams because he has Bhavana Maya Panya, Sotapanna. Visākhā, Sotapanna, she was born in Devarams. Bimbisara, Sotapanna, was born in Devarams. There are also some bhikkhus. I think the Echala Sangada Sutta and sometimes one Sutta, and the Echala Sangada Sutta may be that one. Right? One of the bhikkhu, he was meditating very diligently, practicing vipassana. He passed away, reborn the Devarams. He didn't know he passed away. He thought he's still bhikkhu. There are many devis are waiting, right? He was sitting, closing eyes, meditating. Many of attendants are around him. They made noise. He thought, oh, some visitor came to the monastery. Some ladies, a group of ladies came to the monastery. That's why they are talking. He keep meditating. He didn't know he was a deva. Then they have arranged a mirror in front of him. When he opens eyes, he may see his own image. When he opens eyes, he sees his image. He realized he was born as a deva. Then he also thought to himself, I was not practicing to be reborn in the Devarams. I just practice to attain Nibbana. He bring all his attendants and go to see the Buddha. Ask some question. The Lord also answer. After listening short discourse, he can name Sotapanna. In his case, he's not Sotapanna yet. Just ordinary practitioners. He was born in Devarams. That's why we have to understand Bhavana Maya Panya is a requirement. When you meditate, you can experience many new things. It doesn't mean you must attach to that one. Then you must be ready to cross or overcome all these experiences, maintaining your main subject. This is called Panya, Bhavana Maya Panya. These are divine qualities. Okay, altogether we have 5. Saddha, faith or confidence. Sila, morality. Sutta, learning knowledge. Cāga, generosity. Panya, wisdom. These 5 are divine qualities. All the devas, they may have one of these qualities. They were born in the Devarams. So you have to check which quality is the strongest in your current conditions. You can recall the quality. Right? I think for Vietnamese, Cāga is stronger, right? Right? Many Vietnamese, Cāga is very strong. Right? You can do that one. So this is recollection delivered to Kim Mahanama. So that means as a Buddhist devotee, in our daily life, what should we do? The Buddha answer 6 recollections. Right? Buddha Anussati, Dhamma Anussati, Sangha Anussati. So yesterday we talked about Sila Anussati. Today, Cāgānussati and Deva Anussati. Altogether 6. So in our daily life, if we have free time, we should spend our time with one of these 6 recollections. Okay, today we have the last topic about King Mahanama's question to the Buddha. So actually in Kapilavatthu, on the way, there are many elephants, many horses, many chariots, many other animals on the way. That means we can pass away anytime. Attacked by elephants, attacked by horses, attacked by bull or cow or buffaloes or anything, right? We can die anytime. So he said, if we don't have mindfulness of the triple gene, then if we have to pass away by this kind of accident, then we will be reborn in the fourfold state. Actually, in his case, he doesn't have any fear because he had attained Anagami. Then in this case, the Buddha has just give two simile. The first one is a simile of geese and water. So you may have already seen, you may have clay pots, right? Or we can say the 2 pots, right? One is made of geese, another one is made of water. They contain water, right? If we mix together, geese will be floating on the surface of water. Water will be all the way under the geese. Similarly, for noble person, for a good meditator, it's like a geese all the way floating. Although he passed away by accident, he cannot be reborn in the lower realms. This is the first simile. Okay, we got actually in the original Sutta, it also mentioned, for example, you may crash the pot, right? There's a big water lake in the lake, right? You may crash 2 pots. One is made of water, it will go down, right? Then another thing is geese. It will be floating all the time. Although we don't crash, actually, if we fill up water, right? If we fill water on the pot, it will sink really, right? If we just fill full of the geese in the pot, it will not sink. Okay, now we have another simile. Simile of a tree. Okay, well, there will be a tree leaning against, and there's also a big lake, or a big river, we can say, right? Any water, we can say. There's a big tree near the water, by the lake, we should say now, right? Easiest example, by the lake. So the tree is bending toward the lake. A little bending, right? Or leaning to the lake. If somebody cuts any way, it will fall down into the lake. If the tree is leaning or bending to the land, what about you cut? It will fall down to the land naturally. Similarly, the practitioners, right, naturally leans or slopes towards Nibbana. Then they will fall down to Nibbana. They will not fall down to the fourfold state. This is the example of fear of death by accident. Actually, there will be many other qualities of disciples. For example, faith. When we have very strong faith, then of course our mind will incline to good things. Like we are keys, right? Or we are, you can say, leans or slope towards Nibbana. Then similarly we have morality. We also have wisdom. Right? That means although our body pass away, then of course our nama rupa will be in the good rounds. Right? Okay, these are the summary of 2 for Kemahanama. Okay, today I should stop here, more than 1 hour already, right? Anyway, okay, if we summarize as the Buddhist devotees, our mind must be always inclining to Nibbana or Cāga, Paññā, Sutta, right? All the divine qualities. When we say Sila also, it must be qualifying Sila. We can recollect. When we have Cāga also, it must be qualifying enough to recollect, to do Cāgānussati. It will be more meaningful. Worthy of spending money, right? When you have to offer something, you have to spend your money. If you use your money effectively, that means whenever you recall, you can feel happy, you can rejoice. Then you can also do Cāgānussati. Okay, so whatever practice, if we summarize, Sila also useful for recollection. When we do Sila, Dāna or Sila, based on that we can also establish concentration, Samādhi. Based on the Samādhi, we can also continue practicing Vipassana. So that means our mind must incline to 3 trainings all the time. It will be more meaningful. May you all be able to practice 3 trainings and may you all be able to realize final cessation and not suffering. Okay, then you may have a question, right? Or any other program after Dhamma talk?
Yes, sir. After Dhamma talk, we would like to have a short break and then we would like to have closing ceremony.
Okay, okay.
There are a few questions in Zoom.
Okay.
Wandami Sarah, I will be attending your retreat in Ang Thong next month. Is there any preparation in terms of pariyati and Paṭibāṇi that I should make in the short period before then? Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, just prepare your mind. Right? If you are just beginner, prepare your mind. Get ready to face all the difficulty when you are practicing. It's okay. Right? Okay, now this one. Okay.
Xin có câu hỏi, con mong muốn thầy giải thích rõ hơn và chia sẻ rõ hơn cái pháp mà gọi là phóng dật đó, tức là sống không phóng dật là con đường chết, mà không phóng dật là con đường sống á. Con muốn xin nói rõ hơn.
He would like to request Sarah elaborate more about hitless and hitful. So the hitless live, but as is dead already, and the hitful is really living. So could Sarah explain more on that?
Actually, okay, one more thing, right? If we are not very heedful, we will forget to do kusala. Okay. Another thing is immoral person. Today I already mentioned immoral person like a livingly dead one. So that means Sila also die, right? Sila is actually very foundation of Buddha teaching. You know already, Sila, Samādhi, Paññā. Sila is the foundation. Without Sila, no Samādhi. Without Samādhi, no Paññā. Right? That's why if there's no Sila, we cannot expect Samādhi and Paññā. So here, death means if we are heedless, our morality, dead. Concentration, dead. Also, wisdom also, dead. That's why it's called heedless, right? Dead. What about heedful? Of course, if we are heedful, we can do Dāna properly. We can also do Sila properly. We can also do Samādhi, Paññā properly. Then our life is more meaningful. Right? It's also maybe worthy of living. That's why this is called living. Right? Another thing is when we talk about Abhamada before, I also have already mentioned a few explanations. I remember like a Sarita continuity, the consistency, right? Another thing is Sakata respectfully, rather than Anikita Vada, that means taking responsibility, right? I just said the one. Actually, there are many other explanations about Abhamada. It will be too wide. I think you may have a Vibhanga translation in Vietnamese, right? You can learn from Vibhanga. Vidama Vibhanga. Okay? So should I search in AI about Abhamada? You will feel headache, right? Okay then.
Please elaborate more. What is the reason why Anāthapiṇḍika and Visākhā did not attain arahantship until now, where they have attained, have attained Sotapanna? Thank you very much, Li Mei Mei.
Okay, that one is they have very strong attachment to their family. They love their family too much, right? That's why they have to live in the samsara very long. So when their defilement become weaker and weaker, they will attain higher attainment naturally. Okay? So the main thing is defilement, attachment to family. Okay.
Sayadaw, in Buddha Anussati, how long should we maintain Buddha's image in the mind before we allow it to disappear?
Okay. Actually, for beginner, not that easy to maintain Buddha's image. Although you don't see Buddha's image, you can keep recollecting Buddha's quality. This is also good enough for beginners, right? I forgot for advanced meditators. Then, when your concentration becomes stronger, you may feel like you are sitting together with the Buddha, or you are sitting in front of the Buddha. You may feel like you are meeting living Buddha, right? This is the power of Buddha Anussati. Okay, now anything? Okay, so now we can share. Right?
Another question.
Okay.
Sayadaw, in Deva realm, still have attachment with family?
Deva realms, they may have attachment to divine pleasure. Right? For family, I'm not sure Do they have family or not? I have never been to Deva. I don't know. Right? Right? I don't have psychic power to visit Deva also. Oh. Okay. No more? Okay, we can share merit, right? Oh, okay.
Bạch Ngài, con muốn hỏi câu này nó riêng tư một tí, tức là liên quan tới cái phần những cái người mà làm con mà Phật tử á, khi mà cha mẹ mà mất thì cái việc mà cung kính thờ phụng đối với những cái bậc hữu ân như vậy thì cách như thế nào là tốt nhất theo lời dạy Đức Phật?
I would like to ask a question related to personal life. As a Buddhist, when we have parents and when parents pass away, then how should we worship the parent with grateful mind in a proper way?
Actually, in the case of departed parents or other relatives, the best way is to share merit with them. That's good enough. Right? For worshiping, of course, remembering their gratitude, you can worship, is okay. Okay. One more question there.
Dear Sayadaw, last time you mentioned that for those who learn deep and profound Dhamma, they can understand about the ultimate reality better. So for those who don't have time to learn about it, because for example, the practice takes them for a long time, so they will not understand the ultimate reality better than those who learn thoroughly.
Okay. See, we have two different things, right? Learning and practicing, we must balance these two. If we can balance this, it will be much better. Sometimes we practice, we don't learn. Practicing many things wrong. Right? Sometimes we learn, we don't practice. All our knowledge becomes useless. We must balance these two. In the case of profound Dhamma, it's like a learning ultimate reality. Right? This is called profound Dhamma, right? It also given like a learning Pīti also possible. So if we have learned that kind of things, okay, we have already learned very difficult one. We can digest easy one very easily. This is also one of the qualifications, right? So, okay, if we summarize, although you practice very long time, if you're going to improve, okay, learn a little bit more. You might have time. You must spare your time for learning. Okay, learning means not only reading, right? I already mentioned you must remember many parts of teaching. Another thing is that we must have the right attitude when we are learning. Right attitude means sometimes we just learn like to defeat somebody or to do debate or that kind of things, right? This is the bad attitude. Don't do it. The right attitude means I will learn, I will practice, I will apply in in our daily life. It will be more useful, right? So that means attitude must be right. We have one simile, snake catching, alakadupama. Like we have very poisonous snakes. We are going to catch the snakes. If we hold the tail, the head can turn and bite. If we hold the head, the tail can turn and hit. If we hold in the middle, Head also can turn and bite. Tail also can hit. That similarly, there are some learner. They just learn here and there, from the very beginning, from the end, from the middle. They don't learn full version. Not only that, when they are like a quoting or like referencing, right? They will cut the part they like and then quote. They may have their own idea of interpretation and many other, right? That means to defend themselves, they learn. In this kind of case, catch a snake. We can be bited by a snake anytime. So when we have right attitudes for practicing, it's okay. You can take time, right? Okay.
Another question on Zoom. Sayadaw, when reciting sharing merit at Pāvata in Pali, must know meaning word by word in order to be effective or not? Or is it not necessary?
Okay, so here in this case, right? Okay, we just go formality about sharing merit. If you use your own language, also okay. Like for example, Itawadaja Amehi Sambadan Bunya Sambadan, right? So far we have accumulated this kind of charity or generosity or any good actions of wholesome deed, right? Then Sabbi Deva Numodanu Sabba Samādhi Siddhiya, right? May all the devas be able to rejoice. Right? That means although you use your own language, it's okay. Of course, if you use Pali, it will be a little bit wider. It can be for every Buddhist community, right? If you do bilingual, also okay. Pali, your own language. You can recite two together. Actually, in Myanmar, if you have been to Myanmar, you may know, we Myanmar people share our own language. We don't use Pali. Right? Only when I give Dhamma in English, I have to use this kind of formula, Etawadaja Amehi, or right, that kind of things. Usually, we just use our own language. Okay, huh? Okay, one question there.
Wandami Sayadaw, con có nghe nói là ở trên cây á, thì có nhiều vị sinh sống, cho nên nếu mà mình là chặt cây thì có thể các vị ấy sẽ nổi giận. Con nghe nói là con nghe nói là sắp tới có thể có nhiều cây rừng mà sẽ được chặt để trồng trọt một số cây ăn trái, thì con muốn hỏi là liệu có nguy hiểm gì tới cho các bạn và những người công nhân làm những công việc này không ạ? Cảm ơn Ngài.
Sayadaw, I heard that in Buddha teaching said that on the tree maybe there are deva who stay on it, and when we cut the tree, they may get angry and they may harm us. So coming time we may have many tree cut to plant like fruit on the tree. Then is it any dangerous or harmful to those who cut it or the worker?
Okay. It depends on the power of tree deva also. If they are powerful, they can harm, right? If they're not that powerful, they cannot do. So it depends. We cannot say all the deva are powerful, right? Any other thing?
Another question on Zoom. Several days ago, I attended Vesak ceremony, and when the shadows and bhikkhus enter to the hall, I could not hold my tears. Is it kusala or akusala chitta? What may be cause the tears?
Okay, because of joy, if you have a tear, it can be kusala. Because you feel sad and that means you have tear. In this case, it will be akusala, right? So I cannot read your mind, so I cannot say it's a kusala or akusala. Okay. Okay, now we can share merit, right? Idame bunyam asawakaya waham hodu idame bunyam nibbanasa bhajayo hodu mama bunya bhagam sabbasadanam bhajemi te sabe me samam bunya bhagam lavandu sadhu sadhu sadhu. So, Kaviya, this one no need, right? No need now, right? Okay. So we will rest for a while. Okay.
Thỉnh đại chúng ta nghỉ 5 cho đến 7 phút và chúng mời mọi người trở lại thiền đường để chúng ta tiếp tục chương trình bế mạc tối nay. May we invite on Sangha and Sayadaw and on the yogi you may have a break 5 to 7 minutes and then we come back to the hall and we attend the closing ceremony. Thank you.
Anything?
So, Sayadaw.
Okay.
Yeah, we have closing ceremony, some
Okay.
speech.
Okay.
So then after some yogi also will speak.
Okay.
So I will start the program. So, Nami Sayadaw, please kindly allow me to start our closing ceremony. Most Venerable Sayadaw, venerable members of Sangha, respected Sayale, sister nuns and their meditator. Before we begin, we would like to respectfully pay homage to Triple Gem by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Today, 18th Today, the 18th of May 2026 marks the final day of our 30 days meditation retreat at the Dhamma Meditation Center, held under the compassionate and wise guidance of Sayadaw U Kovida. Today, closing ceremony will include a series simple yet meaningful parts. First, a few words of reflecting and gratitude for the organization team, followed by reflection and sharing for the meditator, then an opportunity to ask forgiveness from the Triple Gem and Sayadaw, followed by flowers offering and a group photo so that together we may conclude the retreat in peace, joy and wholesomeness. Dear everyone, it feels like only yesterday that we first gathered here and carrying very different life journey and inner peace. Some came here filled with hopes and expectations. Some arrived carrying the deep suffering, confusion, or unanswered questions within their hearts. Some travel a very long way from many different countries to reach this Himalaya mountain. Some came with an enthusiasm for another opportunity to practice, while others arrived with worries, uncertain whether they would even have a strength to complete the retreat or not. But finally, all the yogis able to complete. And yet today, looking back, 30 days have quite passed. 30 days may not be a long period in one's lifetime, but sometimes it's long enough for us to learn how to sit quietly with ourselves and come to understand ourselves more clearly. This retreat brought together near the 60 meditators from many different countries, including Vietnam, Nepal, Thailand, India, China, Myanmar, Russia, Mauritius, Ukraine, and others. Although we are different in language, culture, profession, age, and life circumstance, all of us came together here for one true noble purpose: to study and practice the teaching of the Blessed One, to transform suffering, cultivate wholesome qualities, and gradually walk the path toward peace and liberation. In a world filled with noise, distraction, and fragmentation, the peace over the past mouth has become something very special. A piece of virtue, silent mindfulness, inner observation, and sincere effort. Dear respected meditative members of our yogis, we understand that this retreat has not been easy. With a daily schedule beginning at 3:45 in the morning, approximately 6 or 8 hours of meditation each day, together with observing precept, living in noble silence, simplifying personal needs, and continuously returning to peace. This has not been easy even for experienced meditators, let alone for those who are new to meditation. Some have experienced peace, clarity, and progress in their practice, such as advance to higher level of concentration or developing in the calmer and more peaceful breath. Yet others have had to face a bodily pain, drowsiness, wandering thoughts, doubts, old memories, loneliness, tension, homesickness, or at the times even the feelings of wanting to give up. Some said in meditation feeling their minds were very restless. Some felt they had made no progress at all. Some even felt as though they were moving backward rather than forward. But what is truly precious is not that we achieve something extraordinary. What is the precious is that you continue to sit down. You continue to return to the breath. You return to your meditation object. You return and look deeply into your own body and mind. The past 30 days have not merely been 30 days of meditation practice. They have also been 30 days of cultivating the precious parami, the perfection of patience while enduring the body pain and difficulties, the perfection of renunciation in letting go of families, comforts, and convenience, and the perfection of energy and preservation in continuing the practice while the mind like it or not. Even hour of meditation, every step of walking meditation, every moment of overcoming the oneself has been wholesome seed planted into a stream of consciousness. Dear respected yogis, perhaps one of the most special aspects of this retreat is that we have had the opportunity to practice together on the peaceful land of Buddha. It was in this very country more than 2,500 years ago the Bodhisattva was born. Here he grew up, renounced the royal place, and solved the path beyond the suffering, attained enlightenment, and later returned to the guide the countless beings toward liberation. And within this majesty, Himalayan countries, and within this majesty, Himalayan mountains as well, countless hermits, meditates, and noble beings throughout history have lived simply life of renunciation and diligence, cultivating morality, concentration, and wisdom. In today's age, an age of smartphones, social media, overwhelmed information, worldly pressure, and endless mental disturbance, we still possess the rare good fortune to turn off our phones, slow down amidst quiet mountains and forests, sit with each breath, and relearn an ancient part of Sila, Samādhi, and Paññā, walked by the Buddhas and noble ones. This is truly a great bliss. Even more special is the fact that in the age filled with many different opinions and meditation methods, not all of which align with the original teaching of the Buddha, we have been fortunate to relearn a part of the practice that systematically guide, practiced, and direct leading toward Nibbana. Thanks to immense kindness and effort of generation of the monks who have preserved and transmitted the Dhamma. On the occasion, we would also like to express our deep gratitude to our spiritual teacher and abbot of the monastery, the Venerable Pa-Auk Sayadaw. Through his great compassion and blessing, this remote Himalayan region has become the peaceful where the morality, concentration, and wisdom continue to be natural, where the people from many countries have the opportunity to encounter the true Dhamma, study and practice meditation in a systematic and proper way. We respectfully pay homage to him and sincerely pray that he may always enjoy a good health, long lively, peace, and well-being, continuing to be the great shade of refuge for the countless beings walking the spiritual path. And Venerable Sayadaw, dear respected yogis, if we have had a strength and determination to sit here throughout these past 30 days, behind that effort lies an immense amount of merit, devoted guidance, and compassion from the direct teacher of this retreat, Venerable Sayadaw U Kovida. We would like to express our deepest and most heartfelt gratitude to Sayadaw for compassionately accepting the invitation and year after year, traveling a great distance to come to here and guide meditator through an intensive retreat, generosity sharing the precious fruits of what Sayadaw had diligently studied, cultivated, and realized through the personal practice. We are deeply grateful to Sayadaw for his profound wisdom, unwavering, diligent patience, and boundless loving kindness. For 30 continuous days, Sayadaw tirelessly gave Dhamma talk, guided meditation practice, met with the meditator each afternoon for interview and progress report, lead chanting, and meditate together with the community every early morning and evening. To have the opportunity to listen the Dhamma every day for 30 continued days is truly a great bliss, something a rare and not easy found in one's lifetime. Throughout this retreat, Sayadaw carefully guided us step by step in following the footsteps of the Buddha. From the birth of Prince Bodhisattva through the 15 range retreats when the Buddha returned to Kapilavatthu. Not only did we have an opportunity to study the great chronicles of the Buddha in a clear, vividly, and deeply inspiration way, but Sayadaw also offered a profound explanation of many important sutta, emphasizing the part of practice proper meditation method, common obstacle, and a pitfall to avoid, as well as practical ways to directly apply the Dhamma in our present cultivation. What we have learned here is not mere knowledge. It is the map for the spiritual life and spiritual journey. A map that helps us understand where we are, which direction we should take, and how we should continue walking on the long path toward the Nibbana. We sincerely hope that the remaining range retreat in the Buddha's life story will continue to be compassionately taught by Sayadaw for us in the near future. Beyond our deep gratitude to the Triple Gems and Sayadaw, we would also like to wholeheartedly rejoice in all the noble merit that Sayadaw has directly cultivated through the morality, concentration, wisdom, and tirelessly offering of the Dhamma. May these wholesome merits continue to support and condition the fulfillment of all the noble aspirations that Sayadaw cherishes. May Sayadaw always enjoy the good health, peace, happiness, longevity, and continue compassionately great success in sharing the Dhamma and benefiting the countless beings. Above all, we sincerely hope that year after year, we may continue to have the significant good fortune to study and practice together with Sayadaw here in the Himalayan mountain forest monastery. Venerable Sayadaw and dear respected yogis, a meditation retreat is not be built solely upon the Dhamma talks and hours of meditation practice. A retreat is also built upon the countless, quiet, and unseen act of care behind the scenes. On the occasion, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to the entire service team and organization community of the monastery. We would like to especially thank the kitchen team, those who not only prepare the good meal each day, but also offer a care, kindness, and wholesome intention through every meal, helping to sustain the body so that meditators may have the strength to cultivate the mind. We would also like to express our deep gratitude to all those quietly working behind the scenes, the cleaning team, the lodging team, transportation support, technical support, translators, those care for the faculty's preparation, sound system, drinking waters, medicine, accumulation, and many other small yet truly essential tasks. There are many forms of work that may be unnoticed, but without them, this retreat could not function smoothly and completely. We would also like to acknowledge that sincerely thanks the media and the technical teams both here at the monastery and in Vietnam. Those who have quietly and diligently recorded and live streamed the Dhamma talk each evening on YouTube and Facebook, allowing the hundreds of people from the far to accompany this retreat, listen to the Dhamma, and establish wholesome connection with the Triple Gem. These teachings will also become the precious resource for many people to study, reflected upon the practice within the years to come. Dear respected yogis, without the generous support of donors from many places, it would have been difficult for us to gather here today under such a good condition. We would like to sincerely express our deep gratitude to all the benefactor and donor, those who have contribute to building the good condition in still challenging Himalaya region, and who have generously supported accumulation, food, medicine, electricity, water, faculties, audio system, and many others necessaries for this retreat. Some donors are physically present here, others are not. Yet all them have been practicing together with us through their generosity, support, and spiritual offering. The merits generated from the retreat, the merits of observing precept, meditation, practice, listening to the Dhamma, and supporting the Triple Gems. We sincerely dedicate to all the donor, volunteers, supporters, and those connected to this wholesome undertaking. May these merits become a supporting condition for longevity, beauty, happiness, strength, wisdom, and noble spiritual opportunity leading ultimate toward the deathless Nibbana. Dear respected yogis, today Sayadaw and some meditator, dear respected yogis, tomorrow Sayadaw and some meditator will depart after completing this first retreat, while others will remain to continue with the next two retreats. To those who will return home, we will sincerely hope that you will return with the greater peace in your heart and deeper self-understanding, a more wholesome way of living, and less suffering in daily life. Even if even a small portion of the mindfulness and clarity cultivation here can be carried into the everyday life, then these 30 days will already have a power to transform an entire lifetime. As for those practitioners who will continue staying, the past 30 days are not an ending, but only a first important step. You have already established a very good foundation in these 30 days. Please continue maintaining a momentum of practice. If you need rest for a few sessions, then please rest. If the body is tired, take care of it. But afterward, please continue your practice as usual. For those who have committed to 2 or 3 continued retreat, the coming days may become special and important for the growth and deepening of your concentration and inner development. Sometimes profound transformation does not happen in the first few weeks. Rather, it's come only after we have truly learned how to patiently remain with ourselves. Venerable Sayadaw and their respected yogis, throughout the process of organizing the retreat and supporting Sayadaw and all the meditators, although we have sincerely tried our best, we understand that we could not avoid a shortcoming mistake on mindfully. Due to limitation in understanding the ignorance, limited human sources of simply the limitation of our own capacities, there may have been occasion when Sayadaw or meditator experience inconvenience, discomfort, difficulties, unpleasant feelings, or had to exercise extra patience. For all of these, we sincerely ask forgiveness and respectfully seek the compassion and understanding of Sayadaw and the entire assembly. May we continue to develop a greater wisdom, experience, and merit so that future retreats we may organize even better. In practical way, the translation team Would also like to respectfully ask forgiveness from the Triple Gems, from Sayadaw and all the yogis for any unfavorable shortcoming during in the translation of Dhamma talk. Please kindly forgive us. At times, due to hearing the incorrectly misunderstanding or the limitation in our ability, we may not have fully conveyed the profound meaning that Sayadaw intend to transmit. We sincerely inspire to continue learning, cultivating merits and wisdom, so that we may serve the Dhamma more skillfully in future. Finally, we would like to wholeheartedly dedicate all the merits arising from this retreat to our parents, teachers, spiritual friends, all the donors, volunteers, relatives, and loved ones, guardians, devas, those who are living, those who have passed away, and all the beings suffering in every realm of existence. May all beings be peaceful and happy, increase the wholesome qualities, encounter the true Dhamma, understanding correctly, practice correctly, and gradually transform suffering. May the Buddha dispensation long endure in the world. May many beings with the wholesome condition encounter the Dhamma, practice Sila, Samādhi, and Paññā, and moreover closer toward Nibbana. Finally, we make this aspiration. May the true Dhamma long live. May beings revere and honor the Dhamma. May many encounter the Buddha's teaching, practice rightly, and be liberated free from all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So following the programs that this time, we would like to warmly invite anyone who would like to share their reflection, their experience or feelings for the retreat to please come forward, and you can share your own experience if you want.
Dạ, con kính bạch ngài thiền sư, kính bạch chư tăng, kính bạch các cô tu nữ và cùng các thiền sinh ở khắp nơi tại khóa thiền này. Hôm nay là cái buổi kết thúc của một tháng khóa thiền mà đối với con thì rất là ý nghĩa tại cái vùng đất thiêng liêng. Đây là khóa thiền đầu tiên của cá nhân con đến đây. Thì qua suốt 1 tháng thì con đã hành thiền và học hỏi được rất nhiều cả về pháp học và pháp hành, và mình vượt lên chính cái bản thân mình, cũng như tích lũy được những cái lời giảng rất là thâm sâu, quý báu.
Dear Sayadaw and Honorable, this is my first time I could attend the retreat, and this 30 days is very special to me. This is first time I can meditate here in this Himalaya mountain, and I could receive very wonderful and precious Dhamma.
Cái thành tựu lớn nhất của con ở đây đó là mà trước khi từ Việt Nam qua đây thì con cứ nghĩ rằng là mình sẽ không hành thiền quá 1 tiếng rưỡi, nhưng kết quả con đã hành thiền được 2 tiếng 15 phút. Đó là một cái kỳ vọng mà không thể mình vượt lên, bởi vì mình đang đối diện với bệnh tật.
Before I came here in Vietnam, I thought that I could not sit 1.5 hours per section, but when coming here and throughout the days, I could sit 12 or 15 minutes per section, and this is beyond my expectation because I have many physical illness.
Điều đó là được thành tựu bởi sự hỗ trợ từ ban tổ chức, từ vị thầy thiện xảo, cũng như là các cái điều kiện rất là tốt đẹp ở đây.
That's achievement because of many supporting conditions from the organizers and mastery teacher and many other conditions that I could achieve.
Chính vì vậy con rất là thành tâm tri ân ngài thiền sư, tri ân ban tổ chức cùng các đại thí chủ cũng như là các bằng hữu.
That's why I would like to express deep gratitude towards Sayadaw, the organizer, and on the donors and on the supporters.
Mặc dù con không theo hết được ba khóa thiền, tuy nhiên khóa thiền này đã để lại cho con một cái kết quả mỹ mãn như mong đợi.
Although I could not follow 3 retreats, but this retreat alone led me wonderful results that I more than I expected.
Và con cũng mong chờ được tiếp tục nghe giảng pháp của ngài 20 hạ nữa của Đức Phật.
And I also looking forward to hearing from Sayadaw soon about Buddha life, Buddha Vamsa in remaining Vasa.
Con cầu mong sự thành tựu đến với tất cả với vị thiền sư trong cái nguyện ước, trong con đường truyền bá đạo pháp và các chư tăng cũng như là ban tổ chức và các thí chủ.
And wish on the best wishes to Sayadaw, organizer, Sangha, and on the donor on the way propagation the Dhamma.
Con xin chúc tất cả các quý thiền sư, các quý sư cũng như là quý cô tu nữ cũng như các thiền sinh ở lại và tiếp tục thành thiền, sẽ thành tựu được những kết quả tốt đẹp nhất.
And I would like to wish on Sangha, Salai, and Dhamma friend who remain other 2 retreats could practice well and have a best result.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu.
Vandami Venerable Sayadaw, all Bhantes and Salis, and all yogis, as we come to the conclusion of this retreat, I would like to respectfully offer our deepest gratitude to Venerable Sayadaw for invaluable guidance, teachings, and compassion that have been shared with all of us throughout these days of practice. During the retreat, Sayadaw offered not only meditation instructions, but also many profound Dhamma teachings and stories from the life of the Buddha and noble disciples. These teachings gave all of us the opportunity to reflect more sincerely on our practice, our conduct, and our daily lives. The patience, wisdom, and care with which the teachings were given have been truly meaningful and deeply appreciated by everyone here. I would also like to extend my gratitude to respected Bhante Punyawantu and Salai Khema with all those sleepless nights, effort, and dedication to organize this retreat to enhance the knowledge of Dhamma and practice for all yogis. Besides that, all the Dhamma talks translated to understand the Dhamma talk deeper is truly appreciated. And also all the organizers and workers who helped us support all terms and conditions and nourish our body with nutrition for strength and practice. Through this merit accumulated, may Venerable Sayadaw, respected Sangha and Salis, and everyone present continue to be blessed with good health, peace, and strength in the Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Okay, the stronger girl, right? The oldest one and the younger ones in the right.
Vandami Venerable Sayadaw, Venerable Bhante, and Om Sali and Yogi. As this retreat at Pa-Auk Nepal comes to an end, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Venerable Sayadaw and to everyone who made this precious opportunity for study and practice possible. This is now the third year I have had the good fortune to practice under Venerable Sayadaw's guidance. Each time I return, I come to appreciate even more deeply your compassion, patience, and unwavering dedication through each interview and every nightly Dhamma talk. There were moments when I felt uncertain or stuck in my practice, yet just a few gentle words from Venerable Sayadaw give me renewed confidence and encouragement to continue walking this path. I am especially grateful for the evening Dhamma talks. Through your teachings on the suttas given throughout the Buddha's 15 years of teaching, I have come to appreciate more deeply the profundity, consistency, and practical beauty of the Buddha's Dhamma. Suttas that I once understood only intellectually become much more alive and meaningful through your explanations. By listening to the Dhamma and practicing under your guidance, my faith in the Triple Gem has grown much stronger. I understand more clearly now that encountering the true Dhamma is already very rare, but meeting a genuine teacher who truly understands and practices the path is even rarer. I would also like to offer my heartfelt thanks to all the organizers and volunteers whose quiet and selfless service created such peaceful and supportive conditions for practice. From the accommodation and means to the many small acts of daily support, everything allowed us to devote ourselves fully to the practice with peace of mind. I am also especially grateful to Venerable Punyavato and Sele Kema for their devoted translation work, helping Venerable Sayadaw's teachings reach international meditators like us so clearly, compassionately, and faithfully. Looking back on this retreat, I feel deeply blessed to have such wholesome conditions, a wise teacher, good spiritual friends, a suitable place to practice, and the opportunity to live close to the Dhamma. With deepest respect and gratitude, I bow to Venerable Sayadaw and sincerely thank everyone who supported and guided us throughout this retreat. May the blessings of the Triple Gem bring Venerable Sayadaw and all supporters peace, health, strength, and long life, so that many more practitioners may continue to be guided on the path leading to the end of suffering. I also hope to have the good fortune in the future to continue studying and practicing under Venerable Sayadaw's guidance. Buddha sasanang chirang ditantu, Buddha sasanang chirang ditantu, Buddha sasanang chirang ditantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, now one more.
Venerable Sayadaw, dear all listeners, I'm sorry in advance I didn't prepare any speech properly, but out of gratitude, I just would like to share my experience. I originally wanted one time to come here to practice when I got to know that there is meditation center in Himalaya area, and I never thought I didn't know when I will be able to have this opportunity, but finally this year I have it, and I'm really grateful to Sally Kema for giving me this opportunity, for all organizers. I would like to say that first days when I arrived, I really could practice well because conditions very supportive here. Food, weather, and all structure, all conditions for us to keep noble silence and grow in Sila, Samādhi, Paññā. During interviews, we receive a lot of support from Venerable Teacher, and I have already thanked Sayadaw during last interviews for his guidance and help in my practice in uplifting and supporting. But one more time, Venerable Sayadaw, I'm very grateful for all support and especially for Dhamma talks, for giving to us a lot of information for our knowledge and for our growth in Dhamma. And I'm happy every time to ask Sayadaw question and receive answers. And one more time, for all organizers, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu for giving to us opportunity to grow in Dhamma, to have really peaceful meditation here. The schedule is very nice, very supportive. So may all who practice here, people who practice here, continue growing Dhamma. May all of the Sukha that we accumulated be shared with other beings. May we realize Nibbana as soon as possible. Thank you very much for all. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
So no more speech. So we would like to request Bhante Puññavānto please lead us to do asking forgiveness with Triple Gem and Sayadaw by Okasa in Pali.
Okay.
Now,
Respected Sayadaw, from us, from our side, from entire samsara to until now, if we did any mistake, please kindly forgive us. And we would like to say this in Pali, and also we would like to share the merits, and also we would like to accept Sayadaw's merit. So we all this recite in Pali. So all the yogis, please follow after me. Okasa Vandami Bhante.
Sadhu Sadhu Sukhi Hodu Nibbana Sapatya Hodu.
Mayankatam Punyang Samina Anumoditabam.
Sadhu Sadhu Namodami.
Samina Katam Punyam Mayam Databam.
Sadhu Namodi. Sadhu Namoditabam.
Sadhu Sadhu Anumodami. Okasa Dwara Taina Katang Sabang Achayang Kamata Me Bante.
Kamami Kamitabam.
Okasa Kamami Bante. Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
So last part, we would like to offer the flower to Sayadaw, and after that we would like to have a group picture with Sayadaw all together. Chương trình tiếp theo chúng con xin dâng hoa đến ngài và chúng con xin chụp hình chung, tất cả mọi người chụp hình chung. Nhờ mấy bạn trong ban tổ chức sắp xếp cái chỗ đó được gọn lại và mọi người có thể tập trung lên phía trên. So the organizer, can you please help to rearrange the front area so that everyone can come and have a group picture as well as offering to Sayadaw.